In this video, we're going to find the following. We're going to find tangent of theta over 2, given that sine of theta is negative 12/13 and theta is between 270 degrees and 360. Here's the answer. How do we get the answer? Well, we have to use the half angle identities, because this is theta over 2, and we're given a plane theta. So what are the half angle identities? Here's a list of the half angle identities, and tangent of an angle over 2 has 3. Since we have sine, if I had cosine, I'd just use this one and be done with it. So we have to use one of these two, and it doesn't really matter which one, so I'm just going to pick this one. Now, we have sine of theta, you can just plug that in, but the problem is we don't have cosine of theta. So what I'm going to do is just make a triangle. So sine of theta, well, 270 between 270 and 360, here's 270, and here's 360. So we know that this means quadrant 4. And I'm going to draw my picture, right? Remember my bow tie from chapter 1. And we know that sine is the opposite, which is y, over the hypotenuse, which is r. So y over r. Oh, let me just erase that. Instead of y, I'm going to write a negative 12, and r is 13. And we know from the Pythagorean theorem we can find x. So plugging in y and r, we get that x squared plus 144 is 169. Subtract 144 from both sides, and what do we get? We get that x squared equals 25, or that x equals 5. You don't need to worry about the negative, because we're in the fourth quadrant and we know the x is positive. Okay, so we know then that sine, whoops, not sine, cosine is what we're looking for. Cosine of theta is equal to a 5 over 13. So we're going to use this piece of information and the piece of information given to find our answer. So let's go ahead and do that. So now we can just plug this in. Oh, let me scroll down just a little bit so we can see both of those. Sine of theta we know is negative 12 over 13 all over 1 plus 5 over 13. You have a couple of ways of simplifying this. You can just add these and then multiply by the reciprocal, right? Because we take this number divided by this number. Or you could just multiply top and bottom by 13 to get rid of the complex fractions. And if you did that, you get a negative 12 in the numerator. In the denominator, you would get a 13, because you have to distribute that 13 plus 5. So the answer would be negative 12 over 18. Oh, that reduces. 6 goes into both. Negative 2/3. Was that our answer? It sure was. So that is how you solve this question.